Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. And Bruce. Before I get started with my report, I want to remind everyone how important it is to be prepared. Things are going well for our members and for the union. And I have good news to share in my report. We hope this trend continues for a long time. However, we know this industry cycles. As airline pilots and union members, we know we will face off-schedule operations. I'll have more to say about this at the end of my presentation. But first, I want to talk about ALPA member numbers, online balloting, IT improvements, the work of the PDG, and the importance of supporting P4P. As always, let's start with the numbers. What about those numbers? 5 and 2, baby. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is sweating. We are hosting the Redskins on Thursday night. Cousin's going to have a chance to talk to his old teammates, but all's good in Minnesota right now. There's a lot of smiling Vikings out there. Thank you, John. Well, let's get back to ALPA. As of October 2019, our union represents 63,264 pilots at 35 airlines. To give you some perspective, 5 years ago, we represented 51,334 pilots at 31 airlines. That's a 23% increase in members. Since ALPA's last executive board meeting, the Canada Industrial Relations Board certified ALPA as the union for the bearskin and perimeter pilots. The bearskin pilots have been ALPA members since 1997. However, the parent company that owns both bearskin and perimeter announced their merger in 2017. The parent company decided that the bearskin brand should continue to operate as perimeter. The 2018 Board of Directors authorized changes to local council officer nominations process. Specifically, we have moved from paper balloting to an electronic system. Our balloting staff worked closely with VoteNet to design a two-phase nomination system. During the first phase, a member indicates a willingness to serve. In the second phase, the pilot's name is listed on the nomination ballot. The new process started in June. This gave us time to look at the system functionality before opening nominations for 32 local councils last month. Phase 1 was completed on October 10th. Balloting is now open and set to close on November 8th. This doesn't mean we have eliminated local council meetings for the purpose of filling vacancies. Your pilots may need to hold local council meetings to nominate and elect interim reps. Keep in mind that the sooner you notify us of an upcoming vacancy, the sooner we can help you with your local council to set a timeline and fill it. We have updated the My Account page. Pilots can now post their military experience, post-secondary education, and certificates and ratings. Based on the feedback, we will be able to identify trends and develop new programs and services. The Information Technology Advisory Committee met in September. There are several new improvements. There are 2 new features for the ALPA mobile app. Push notifications. We can now send group text messages at the national level. There's also a jump seat enhancement in the works. We are updating our web content management system and search engine. We will replace Sitecore with Evoke content. Our new search engine will be run by Google Cloud Search. The ALPA IT and communications departments are working with our consultants at Celerity to make this change as seamless as possible. In addition, we are introducing a new position-based email system. Title email addresses will be created for MEC and LEC officers, MEC committee chairs, and national committee chairs. Position-based emails will be forwarded to your current name-based email address. For example, Captain Insler can be reached at his current email address, but he can also be reached at ualmecchair@alpa.org. We are doing this to make it easier for members to contact officers and other volunteers. Now let's talk for a minute about the professional development group. Later in this meeting, I will lead a panel discussion with each of the PDG chairs. These pilots lead our education, leadership, and membership committees. At this point, I'm not going to talk about the new diversity committee or our work this summer at Oshkosh. This will be covered during the panel discussion. But I would like to highlight a few of the things these groups have been up to since our last meeting. The education committee continues to promote our profession and inspire the next generation of pilots. Committee volunteers are in classrooms and attending events across the United States and Canada. We're in the process of adding a new school to our college mentoring programs, Oklahoma State University. That'll bring our total up to 12. Delta Captain Curtis Ludwig has been inducted into the Hall of Fame at Embry-Riddle Prescott. He received this honor for his work with the ACE Club and mentoring students. Our membership committee attended the OBAP convention this summer. They spoke with more than 120 ALPA members. They also met with many people interested in becoming airline pilots and current pilots who want to advance their careers. And last month, Membership and Veterans Affairs held a seminar in this room for 50 members from 23 airlines. Training ALPA pilot leaders is the focus of the leadership committee. Turnover and pilot hiring have created the need to hold more training sessions. This past August, 20 new local council officers from 10 airlines attended ALPA's second leadership conference training. We have also developed training for MEC officers, which can be tailored to your pilot group. We held a 2-day orientation for Air Wisconsin in June, and we have training sessions scheduled for JetBlue and Endeavor. If you're interested in this training, please contact me or Marie Swartz. Last month, a hurricane and tropical storms damaged parts of the southern United States. These events serve as a reminder that the ALPA Emergency Relief Fund helps members and their families who are coping with disasters. P4P has collected $51,772.36 this year. The directors have issued grants totaling $45,620. Fortunately, we still have a balance of $95,179.90. However, this total could easily disappear with a couple more disasters. Please encourage your members to give generously to this important fund. Now, I've talked about ALPA membership changes, ITAC, the PDG, and P4P. I want to thank our pilot volunteers, and I also want to thank our ALPA staff who support these functions. When I began this report, I talked about being prepared. ALPA needs to be financially prepared, but we also need to be structurally ready. Our senior pilots know how terrorist attacks, industry consolidation, and recession can affect their careers. However, our junior members haven't experienced these events. They don't realize how their career plans can be changed by a single event. Through our communications, we need to remind all members to be ready for whatever happens. All our pilots must be engaged to make contracts and quality of life issues the best they can be. We also need to remind ALPA pilots that it's important to learn from our history. Thanks for your attention. Let's have a great week.